everyone, this is Ajab here of Calligraphy Quill. Today I want to tell you a little bit about my brush pen calligraphy journey, how I got started, which brush pens I used, what my experience was with them, and how you can use them in your calligraphy journey. Alright, so let's get started. Alright, so the first pen that I used ever, well, first brush pen, was a Kuretake Fude brush pen. Now, as a beginner in brush pen calligraphy, this was a big mistake for me, and here's why. As you can see, this pen's nib is very flexible, and when you start as a beginner, it goes all over the place, and this is definitely not the best brush pen to use if you're just starting out. If you know the basics, you're comfortable with the flexibility of a pen, sure, go ahead, you know, be my guest, but not great for beginners. After that, I was in India and I grabbed these Camlin brush pens. So again, similar flexibility of the nib, but not as bad. By the time I started using these, I was much more familiar with the technicalities or with the workings of a brush pen, so I didn't find them too hard. So I would consider these intermediate brush pens. So that would be the Camlin brush pen. And then again, I was in India another time, and then I grabbed these ones. These are the Add Your Little Artist brush pens. And what's really great about them is that they have two nibs. So one of them is a broad one, so it's not very flexible. And the other side is a fine one. So if you want to use the finer tip, you can do that too. So really good for beginners, especially if you're in India. If you're in the US, however, I would recommend the Tombow Fudenosuke hard brush pen every time. This one is simply perfect. It's so perfect for beginners. I actually use this in my workshops on brush pen calligraphy. So as you can see, its nib is sort of like any other brush, any other pen that you might have come across. Like, there's minimal flex. So what's great about this is, as you start to learn the basic strokes of calligraphy, this pen comes in very handy. So highly recommended if you're a beginner. So the Tombow Fudenosuke hard. You could also use the soft tip. It's a little more flexible, but not as much. Definitely not as flexible as the Kuretake Fude. Another pen that I use in my workshops is the Kuretake metallic pen. This is actually one of my favorite metallic pens, and also the reason why I give this to my students is because, first of all, it's metallic, so you have all these gorgeous colors. You have gold, ruby, blue, emerald, just to name a few of them. And once my students get familiar with using the Tombow, they can actually go in right away and start using the Kuretake, which has a little bit more flex. And the best thing about this, it's great for a larger font size. So say if you have letters that are about a ½ inch to maybe an inch tall, this one would be perfect for you. And also it works amazingly on both dark paper. So I've used this on black as well as white. So it's just the perfect all-rounder pen. Great for beginners, intermediates, more professionals. You would want to give this a shot. Once again, a number of brush pens that we just talked about, from beginner, intermediate, and pro. If you have any questions, comment or email me at hello@calligraphyquill.com or send me a message. And if you like this video and you think you know of a calligraphy enthusiast who might enjoy it as well, please like and share. Thank you.